Welcome everyone to Sunday Seascapes. All this stuff, let's just double check. Everything's looking fantastic. Let's zoom in just a little. I guess we can't on there. Perfect, perfect. Welcome everyone. Welcome to Sunday Seascapes. If this is the first time you're watching a Paint with Josh video, make sure you leave a comment. Hey, we're live. We're going live on Twitch. And just a special day today because London is actually streaming live from Twitter. And if you want to see what London looks like, or if you want to see her responding to the comments, go over to our Twitter page and our Twitter feed. And London is Sienna, which is the lighter brown, bright red, phthalo green, phthalo blue, alizarin crimson, midnight black, and titanium white. We've already taken our Bob Ross liquid white, and put it along our white section. You can see if you touch it, it's got a little bit of paint right there.
Why would I do that?
I know.
Good morning, people.
Good morning. Remember, London's here reading your comments, so leave a comment. We'll respond as quickly as we can, either live here on screen or when we get done, we can reply back to you. But leave a comment there. We try to respond to every single person. We don't like anybody left out. So try to get to everybody. Now, when you're putting on your clear, try not to have any white down here in our darkness. We got to keep all this area nice and dark black. That's why we painted it black. We used black acrylic gesso. It looks a lot like this. Just Liquitex black acrylic gesso. I got some at Michael's. It's like $8 a bottle. Little bottles. And they go for a while. Like a long way, that little bottle. All right, get this guy out of the way. It's just annoying me now. There we go. All right, going to make the bottom of our canvas nice and slick and wet, because in order to do the Bob Ross wet on wet technique, you have to have a wet surface to paint on. But we don't want to have it too wet, so let's grab a couple paper towels. We're going to wipe off all the wetness of that clear excess stuff that you don't need. And if you have too much, it's going to make it more difficult to paint. All right, wipe it off. Bam. Now, it's still nice and wet and slick. It's just not going to be overly wet and gross and sticky. Let's wash our brush off. We use odorless mineral spirits in old, gently used cups. Gonna dip it in there, twist it off.
Why does that smell so strong?
Shake it into the can, and then into the bucket. What smells strong? What do you think? What are you saying smells strong?
Everything.
Everything. Well, we shut the door, and we don't have the fan running, so we got no air movement in here. Okay, now the plan is to do like either a red or a green sky. Little oceans, soft crashing waves, a lot of sandy beach, maybe a ghost ship. If we can pull it off. So, decide what the colors of our sky are going to be. And you know what we're going to do? Let's do this. Let's take a 1-inch brush, Bob Ross 1-inch brush. Just looks just like that. And we're going to take a gently used solo cup. I actually have a brand new one. But the old one got covered in paint.
I'm going over to do
Let's
it on
see.
TikTok because it won't let me film.
Okay. London's going to go TikTok. So we're going to grab a little bit of red, a little bit of yellow, just on the brush. Grab our cup and maybe let's decide. Maybe there was a little bit of a sun, or the last little ditch of sunlight. Right around the edge. Poof. Don't need to go all the way into the blacks, into our water. We're going to take this guy and just blend him away from the edge. That orange and red, or the yellow and red make this gorgeous orange color. Fantastic. Right? Poof, just like that. You can either leave your sun that big, or, hang on real quick, I gotta move this other camera so I can see. Come on, guy. Get over there, close enough. You leave your sun this big, and start to lightly pull in from every direction, just like a clock. And that way we'll drag all this little bit of color. It's gonna mix in with our liquid white, becoming lighter and lighter and lighter and lighter until we reach the center, right? Try to blend out that hard line that we left. A little bit more pressure.
Is everything on?
Not bright. There we go. Perfect.
Everything on the.
Everything on the Wi-Fi on my devices, yeah.
It's super glitchy.
All right. Look at that gorgeous orangey color for Halloween. Woo! Fantastic. All right, we're gonna go in and change. We need to get a bigger brush. A bigger brush. You don't want to have any residue left in your brushes to dry when you're not there. That's no fun. Then they become nice and hard and gross. Okay, a little bit of crimson on the brush. Maybe we'll come in from this side. Make this gorgeous sunset. Paint the edges of our canvas. Always paint the edges. It takes like 2 seconds. Cover the sides. There we go. Leave a little bit of light in between so this crimson can grow down, not cover too much of our orange.
It is super glitchy.
Well, let's turn them off. What's happening?
I'm getting out of crypto.
A little bit of crimson into here. Man, now we got our gorgeous little sunset off in the distance. This is already turning into like a piratey type. I know we were thinking about putting a ghost ship in here, but I mean, geez, it's really looking piratey. All right, let's get a little bit of black on our brush, mix it with that crimson. Come in from this side. Look at that. Woo! Make this dark kind of purpley color. Right? I'll leave a little light area. Maybe we'll throw a cloud in over there. All right, always, again, cover the sides. Only takes a minute. Bam, bam, bam. A few seconds, and now you're kind of covered from the edge. Hang it just how it sits. All right? All these little changes, maybe grow some of that darkness back underneath. And as we start to blend it all in together, it'll start to change and look gorgeous. So where's everyone from, babe?
Give me 1 second.
Okay, I'm still trying to figure it out, but we will respond. Tell us where you're watching from, what time it is, what's your favorite sandwich. And the Paint with Josh show, if this is the first time you've ever watched a show, let us know, because we want to know. All right, we're literally dabbing off all the wetness off of our brush. It's still a little wet. You can see a little bit of glare there.
It's freaking super glitchy.
Well, it'll eventually fix itself. Working well on Twitch, and you?
Yeah, but it's glitchy on YouTube, babe.
Well, let's see. We can always send people to Twitch.
Or could you just turn off the Wi-Fi?
Turned off. Hopefully everyone's still there. They're not too seasick.
There we go.
We've taken our brush.
Now they're seasick. Everybody's seasick.
Okay, perfect. We've taken our brush and just very lightly gone over our areas of all these colors, right? And just blend them out. You make them softer and softer and softer and softer. Become like silk. Be so super soft. And then we have this little white area in there still. We can go over it back and forth. But as long as we don't push too hard, it's not going to really dump too much of that color, right? It's going to be fantastic. We'll come out here into our darkness. Once we start hitting this black area, it's really going to want to grow. It's going to start to change. It's going to become soft. And then you can really start dragging it in and changing the look of your sky. Maybe you had a little bit of a cloud start popping in just with the darkness, right? Doesn't matter. Just a far off little thing. Get all those beautiful differences in color because it's going to mix and blend with the white that we have on top. The clear on the bottom is going to allow us to have these gorgeous deep dark colors in our water. But up in the sky, we wanted it to be kind of pretty today. There we go. Just pulling it over, just blending it so it's nice and soft. Nice and soft. Then you can start to decide where your water lives, what the colors are going to look like. Let's wash this brush off. So again, if this is the first time you've ever watched a Paint with Josh video, tell us where you're from, what time it is, where you're watching, what you were just doing. You were like, oh, I was just cleaning the house, and then all of a sudden I got caught watching Paint with Josh. Or are you watching football and Paint with Josh at the same time? Because that's a true super fan.
There you go, we fixed it.
We're fixed. We're back. We're ready.
We're also streaming for voice on Twitter.
Voice on Twitter. So we're on Twitter, streaming on Twitter.
Yeah, we just can't stream for video. So don't tell anyone to look at me.
Okay, don't tell anyone to look. Let's get, before we start doing too much, we need to add our dark colors in where we want our water to change and mix and all that sort of stuff. So let's clean up our little area of crimson and black because we're going to use this later. All right. I'm going to put that right underneath our black section because we're going to end up using that. Now let's get our crimson. Pull our crimson down in here. Maybe, I don't know, off in the distance we had some black crimson-y water that we can really light up with that sky, right? If we have our crimson underpainting, or undercolors, and then we go over it with that same bright orange and yellow and the white, it'll really light up. It'll be gorgeous. All right, way off out there in the distance, a lot of dark crimson in this section in here, right? Now let's change it up. Let's go a little bit of phthalo green. So let's wash this brush off.
A mystery voice is occurring on Twitter.
A mystery voice?
Yeah, because they can't see it.
Oh, they can't see you, so it's just London's voice.
Yeah, and your voice.
And my voice. Alright, let's go into our phthalo green. Phthalo green, one of my favorite colors, right? And underneath our red section, let's add our green.
Hey guys, if you're in here and this is the first time you're watching on YouTube, please hit that subscribe button.
Oh,
It does make a huge difference to the channel, and as we are trying to grow the channel, it is free. Just hit that subscribe button. It is different to the join button.
different. The join button means you want to join our super squad and have access to all the classes, but subscribing is free. Free to subscribe. Okay, now we have crimson and we have green. And you know what I'm thinking down here? A little bit of brown. A little bit of brown. All right, so let's get our brown, our lighter color brown, the dark sienna brown, right, which is the lighter color. It doesn't make any sense. Let's put this guy in just down here. A little bit of beachy, sandy color. Right, and whatever we go over it with, it'll start to change and brighten up. Maybe we'll add a little bit of the darker brown to it as well. Just down in here. A little bit of that darkness, and we'll have all these little differences as we go.
Crystal
right?
says, wow,
Fantastic.
he could be done already.
Who?
You. I'm going to put this right
I could be done already?
Yeah.
Oh, you mean it looks good enough that it's finished?
Yeah.
That's funny. All right, a little bit of tappy taps. We got our sand. We got everything.
I mean,
We can light all that up
I
with
do
yellow.
have a nail appointment at noon, I'm just saying.
So London will be done way before that.
I know.
We'll be done way before noon. Okay, so we have our crimson section, then our green, then our brown section for our sand. They're kind of hard to see unless you're standing in the right spot. And we're going to go into our white and yellow and red and start to really get underneath this guy back here and just start to brighten up the water, right? Doesn't have to be everywhere. Come back it a little bit more. I want to have a sharp tip to the brush.
Is that another bag of candy corn?
Nope, same bag. Who loves candy corn, by the way? Best candy known to man, candy corn, let me tell you.
Gross.
Especially for the Halloween season, you cannot beat the old corn.
It's
Look
corn.
at that. It's candy corn. It's got the knobs and the juice.
A small thing that's gross. It tastes
It's
like
not
wax.
gross.
It tastes like wax.
All right, just getting a little bit of our lighter color in there, letting it go off to the side. We're going to grab our 1-inch brush.
What did I step on?
Very
Why is there a
softly.
random piece of plastic on the floor?
Oh, I don't know. Very
Like a mess in the
softly.
studio.
Just like that. Very cool. Very cool. Do want to get a little bit just to cover that. No, we don't want to have any far off little mountains in our seascape back here.
It's corntastic.
There we go.
He says,
Cool little things, guys. And you just blend them over until they look right to you. Once it looks right to your eye, then you know you're good. You're set. You're ready. Okay, let's get a little bit more of our white. I kind of want to make some little soft, fluffy clouds up here, right? I'm just going to tap in, let them roll over out into the dark section of the sky, right? Soft little things. Going to come back with our 1-inch brush because we love it. It's nice and soft. Woo! Just blends them into these gorgeous little soft little floater clouds way off in the distance. Very cool. How many people we got watching on Twitch since we're trying to stream over there today? Do we have any numbers?
2.
2, excellent. Thank you guys for checking us out. We do a lot of Bob Ross style stuff around here, wet on wet. But I've got my own kind of style, my own techniques, and just teach you how to paint cool little things very quickly, very easily. We're going to start doing on Twitch some gaming scenes, right? So if you've got your favorite video game, comment it in the comments, and we'll try to see if we can pick a scene from that game and paint that live for you. It'd be really cool. Very cool. Soft little clouds. Soft little floaters. All depends on where you want them, right? It's totally up to you where your clouds live. And these guys don't have any shadows underneath or anything. They're just soft little white floating clouds. Just off in the distance. Very cool. Very cool. Go over and back and forth. And if we really want, we can take one of our brand new filbert brushes that we got from Mark Anderson. Got it out of the Paint with Josh wish list on Amazon.
The Artify packet.
The Artify 24-piece packet. They're fantastic. I've already put them in my Amazon shop because they're so awesome. Watch, we're going to push and rotate around Make a little circle, just like that. Let the bristles spin on their own. And now you got this far off little white sun or moon or whatever you want to call it. I think it's a sun, but you can think it's whatever. All right, let's come up here. Let's get a little bit more of that white. Really get it into our bristles. So we've got this nice little hatchet blade, little axe blade happening right here. Look at that, super sharp. Okay, now let's decide, maybe there was a little bit, we had a little bit of waves coming up. Right, that's our first little line of wave, line of defense right here. Take this guy just very lightly from different places. Just start to feed him back just a little bit. Right, just feeding him back. Get a little bit brighter. That little bit of foam start coming in, right? Take our 1-inch brush, same angle, very lightly. Feed it back, make it soft. Don't lose all of our darkness, right? Very cool, very cool. Whoop, throwing our brushes all over the place. Okay, taking our little liner brush, a little bit of liquid white. Again, these Artify brushes, they're wicked. I love them. And a little bit of white line on the top. Doesn't have to be perfectly straight. Little wiggly, can be broken. You could have differences just like that. Doesn't have to be perfect. Right? Little things, little bits of foam, little bits of water. And it helps if they're not straight, right? If they're a little off. Because the water is never a perfect thing. So put a couple little, just little things in there. Very softly go over this liquid white because it'll go away so fast, disappear on us. But you got to have those cool little things like that. Very neat. Let's go into our next little bit of our wave. Right, maybe here, there was like a, I don't know, let's come up here. Right, got to go up and over the top of our last one. And then we start to rotate down, right, get that arc, sort of the same arc, right? And then from here, we're going to start to pull back, but we're not going to touch this red line back here. We're going to leave a little bit of darkness in there, right? Not pushing straight up, more on a sideways angle. But gotta have a little bit of water, a little bit of movement, right? Let's put our eye maybe right in here. That's a cool place for an eye.
I gotta turn this fan off.
The eye of Sauron. There we go. Leaving those little dark areas right there. See that dark line that's in there? You don't want to lose that. That helps make your wave look round.
It's corn.
It's corn. It's got my juice. Okay. Okay, we're gonna come in here and we're gonna rotate just slightly. Right? Little soft little things. Ooh, look at it change colors. It gets into the phthalo green bit, right? Back here, let's add that one very soft little line. Start to feed him back. Just very softly. Leave a lot of that darkness in there, right? You don't have to murder all the dark. It's got to be there. It's got to be there as part of our next oncoming wave. Right? Even a little bit rounded helps it look more natural to me. Okay, gotta be a little round, leaving those dark areas, feeding our water back, just until there's a little teeny small black line that's back there, right? Helping give that next wave just a little bit of a level up. Very cool. All right, now these guys, again, not so overly rounded, but you got to make them look like it's curving, right? And look how we get into our phthalo green section, it starts to change. It's very cool. What do you think, honey?
I think it looks fantastic.
It's very cool.
Super cool.
It's a cool little technique when you put all these undercolors under there and you just paint with white and let everything start to show. And that way yours will be different from everyone else's. Let's make this guy soft. Be slightly different from mine. We're never going to grab the same amount of paint or the same colors will be in the same exact spot, so everyone's will be slightly different, and that's what makes them totally awesome, right? To me, anyway. That's what makes them awesome to me. Now, with these guys, you got to worry about the shape of your curve, right? You want to bring it down back to where your foam is going to hit with these angles, and nothing too crazy. Kind of start out like that, and then as we get over here, it starts getting thinner and flatter. But we're ending back at that same spot down here. That's going to give your wave the right kind of shape. At least that's how I do it. Right? Maybe this guy had a little bit of a bit of a dark line that went across the eye. Just small little stuff, right? Trying to retain that dark line that's right here. Maybe we'll do another double crasher on this guy.
A double
Kinda
trouble?
cool. Double trubs. Okay, so let's get...
Shout out to Moose, who's also watching on Twitch.
Moose, you the man!
Dropping those emotes over on
Emoticons. There we go.
Thank you
Very
so
cool.
much.
Very cool. See how we had to come up above this line? It helps push that wave back. We're obviously above and in front of this guy, so it helps push that section back. And then this guy will make another little double crasher.
Yes, Mark.
Not so crazy though.
We have thought about doing a calendar. There will be a 2023 calendar release.
2023.
Be available in November.
Yeah, and we need to get on the new coloring book too.
Yeah, that's true.
We need to do that with all these gorgeous seascapes. We'll have a whole seascape coloring book. It'd be fantastic. Okay, we're gonna come in with our foam just on the one corner, right? So it's on this side, it's on that side. Just on the same corner, we're gonna come in with our foam. Gonna cut off some of that white section. Really get it in there. Kind of create our S shape, right? And with this guy, put a little bit up in there. And the more you bounce it in, the more kind of shadowy commotion you're gonna create, right? All of our little sprays. We'll come back, we'll get some more paint. Because you want it to be kind of thick, you gotta have a place for your highlights to grab onto, right? Big old crash and wave. You might not be able to see anything but this section until we light it up. But that's fine. All right, now, I want to take, just so we don't lose it here, let's take a little bit of the white, come in with our next little line, right? Let's just throw a little bit of foam back, just feeding it back towards its next little black line back there, right? More little things. Just another little layer of level of color or sand that we'll have our wet, sheeny beach, right? We can pull it down back here, slide it over to the side, and it gives it more of a wet, sandy look. You see that? Woo-hoo-hoo! That is spooky. That looks spooky. Okay, we're gonna come in, we're gonna light up our foam. So a little bit of liquid white, and let's pick, maybe we'll add a little bit of yellow to this foam. That little yellowy orangish color, all right? Coming up, dabbing it in, coming down, bringing it there. Now we're going to come in with both sides of our brush, one at a time anyway. A little bit of yellow into that foam as it starts to roll over, splash onto the ground. Turning my brush all different angles, right? It's never just one solid, flat shape, right? We're rotating the brush back and forth. And here especially, all over the place. All these cool little sprays and different things and water, right? You can just hear it coming down and crashing. Fantastic. What do you think, honey?
I think it's fantastic.
London thinks it's fantastic. What do we look like on the camera anyway? Because all I ever see is a bunch of glare from all the lights. It's kind of cool.
For those watching, if you're not subscribed to the channel, please subscribe to the channel. Hit that like
Please
button.
subscribe. Look at all these
Drop us a
Twitch
comment
viewers.
So we know that you're here.
Let's get the Twitch viewers just a little closer. Maybe we'll move these guys just a little bit. Whoop. There we go. Get all the details you can see. We can't zoom in on Twitch, right?
No,
That's annoying that we can't zoom in on Twitch, but it's okay. Okay, we're going to come back, get a little bit more of that little foam. Come up here. Just a little bit along the edge, just so it looks like it's rolling over, right? Very cool. All right, let's come in, grab our... Should we do the water line first? Should we do the foam first? Let's do the foam first. Let's come up here, grab our white. Just the white, right? It's all we really paint with is white when we do these cool paintings. Right, we're gonna come in, we've already got our little lines that we've decided are the shape of our wave, the I don't know, what would you call it? Building your wave, I guess. Right, so we know our water's gonna be down here, and imagine if you were to drop a ball right here, it's gonna suck its way up. And that's what you have to make your foam do. So we're gonna start to come out, right? Maybe we come down here even. Start to pull its way up the wave. Right? And the more we go, the more kind of rotation that we get. And whatever colors we have underneath are the colors that are going to show. Look at that. Leave those little dark areas. Sometimes I go in and I'm like, oh, I got to change that. Don't change it. Leave it, man. Looks cool. Leave it broken and weird. Weird shaping.
broken and weird.
Broken and weird. That's how we like them.
Sounds like what you married.
Broken and weird London. I love you, though.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Right, let them come in, let them line back up. Start to change the angles. And remember, don't lose all that darkness in there. That's gorgeous stuff. Don't lose it all. Very cool. Now we're going to come in and make those guys just a little bit softer. Right? I like a little bit of softness. Start to drag these guys down. Very bit of soft little seascape in here. All right, not losing all of our dark areas. And all this stuff will be all water anyway. Shiny water. Shiny water. All right? The more that you mix in, it's going to mix with all the colors that you put underneath. It's going to turn out fantastic.
How's it going to turn out with?
Fantastic! Fantastic. All right, a little bit of liquid white with our titanium white. And that's going to give us our water line that we can then make a lot of sheening, shining sand out of. All right, back in there. Take this guy, pull him straight down. The same amount of force and pressure across the entire thing. Swipe across. You got your wet, sandy beach right here. Very cool. All right, don't want to lose too much of our dark color though, so don't add too much paint. Maybe a little bit more. We can do one more little water line. Maybe he sucked his way out here. Right, but I don't want to lose that dark area back in here. So when we're going with our fan brush to slide it back, be very soft. Very soft with it. Try not to lose all the differences in color, right? All those little dark areas, the light, the dark, the shining, the shininess. There we go. Very cool. You can tell it. The wave is just crushing down with all this pressure. Gorgeous differences in color everywhere. Everywhere. That's what it's about.
Wah, 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 wah.
Let's get a little bit of liquid white. And who knows? Let's just stay into our white over here. Maybe a little bit of that yellowy color. Bring it back up here. Right, and then we'll come in and just make our little wave, our little details. Start coming down the pike, right? And these are how you shape your waves, right? All these little details, but they have to line up with what your wave is doing, right? Can't be all crazily every which way in different direction. It's gotta line up with what you're doing and what your water looks like as it goes out, right?
I just want to let everybody know that for those of you that did not come over from Facebook, I know who you are.
Those that didn't come over?
Yes.
Little lines, little differences, little things. And the angles are most important, right? To help us rotate the water. Rotate that water. Help it, guide it, make it a little soft. All with those same rotational strokes though. Right? Bring it down in, doesn't have to be so super detailed.
Susan's here, Naughty Sue is in the comments.
Naughty Susan. There we go. Right, the more we blend over it, the more it's going to change. So be careful. Let's grab a little bit of our white. Really start to add in our foam back in there. Those little differences, right?
It has the juice.
There we go. That's the angle. That's the angle. You just got to find it in your mind. Right? It's very circular back in there. Very circular. Right? And then as we come out, it gets flatter and flatter and flatter. Very cool. Okay, don't want to overdo it. Definitely don't want to overdo it. Very soft. Try not to lose our pink eye. Right? All that gorgeous color in there. Try not to lose that difference. Very cool though. There we go. See if we can't get just a little bit of liquid white on here. Just to come off in different areas. There we go. Have it being pulled backwards. Just like that. Feeding up into the wave. Right. Feeding its way, resting on the the top of the water, right? That's where the foam goes, is on the top of the water, not the color that the water consists of, but the top of it. So it's resting, it's floating on all that stuff. So nothing really has to make any sense at all. It's all floating there. Different little things. Very cool. All right, let's make the next one come down.
Caitlin says, so relaxed, I need a nap now, thanks.
Ha, you're very welcome. Thank you. This one's going to be available in my Etsy store when we get done. And it's really a fantastic one. So I would recommend you try to get it. Let's do... We need that weird double crasher. So it's almost got to come in like this. Making those curves as it's falling in from the other side, right? It's losing its integrity and falling in from this edge. So all these guys, again, go straight back, trying to line up with that little bit that's back there. Very cool. Not too bright, remember, leaving some darkness. Now it looks like it's turning in from both ways, which looks really neat.
If you are here watching for the first time on YouTube, please subscribe and hit that noties button.
Turn on the noties.
Turn on the noties to get those notifications when Josh goes live, and then you'll never forget the time again.
Right, a little bit of black, crimson. I'm gonna come in and make our little rotating shape. Like this one's about to come down as well. All right. It's starting to lose its integrity. Fall down and crash onto the next little bit. And if we come back in with our light, and kind of light that up, that yellow and whitish with the liquid white on there, right, all of a sudden it starts to turn into this gorgeous little double crasher. Starting to come down, feed its way down. Very neat, just like that. Right, adding our darkness in there. We can't lose all the dark. Gotta have some air of mystery about what's going on, what's happening in there. Come back with our white, right? Continue along with our little foamy beach, our water. Can't get too close, gotta leave it dark under there so it looks like there's some shadow. There's some shadow from that rotating wave. Right, maybe we had our little eyeball in this guy. He's starting to fall over. Take him, make him very light so you can see the lights coming through that side too. Can't leave him all to just be by himself. Right, take this guy, I'll start to feed him up into this next oncoming
Jackie, we go
section.
live at 10 a.m. on a Sunday.
What's she saying?
She said, late again. Dawn.
Late
what time
again.
does this start?
There we go. Very cool.
10 a.m. on a Sunday. 10 a.m. Pacific Standard Time.
Very softly.
Noon Central, 1 p.m. Eastern, 6 p.m. UTC. If you're anywhere else than that, I don't know what time it is.
Yeah, right. Very cool. Little double crasher, lost its integrity. Very neat. Let's get our little bit of liquid white and our titanium white. Just a small amount of titanium white. Don't need a whole lot. Maybe underneath this guy, we'll come in here. Just dropping in our little bits of waterline that we can then take and light up underneath. But I want to see, maybe if we put a little bit of yellow just underneath here, just a little bit, right? And then we take our brush and swipe down, create our shininess, right? And with that little bit of yellow in the brown just before we laid it down in there. Look at that now. Soft little yellowy sunset reflection in our sand. Very cool.
Are you ghost shipping this one?
I'm deciding. If we're ghost shipping it or not.
Okay.
I'm going to put a little bit of dark underneath that white line. It just helps raise it up, gives it a little bit of a taller level. It makes it sit up an inch. Like there's a little bit of foam coming in our water. Doesn't have to be everywhere. Doesn't have to be super thick. But now you can tell the water looks like it's a little bit taller than it was before. And who knows, maybe we'll have this last little bit of a line out here. Right? Very cool. Very, very cool. Now it decides the ghost ship whether or not we do that. What do the fans think? Do they want to have a ghost ship?
I don't know. Do you guys want an Etsy? Do you want an Etsy? What
Want an
on
Etsy
earth
sale?
is wrong with me?
London's trying just constant marketing.
I am. There is a link tree in the comments. That is where you can find any of Josh's paintings. I'm sorry. They will go live about an hour after the show. But do you guys think that Josh should put a ghost ship in there?
You guys want a ship?
Do you want a ship?
A little ghosty ship?
I mean, we've got 2 yeses so far. I'm just saying.
2 yeses for a ghost ship. We could try to put in a ship. Kind of cool. A little bit of extra waterline details. That's all you really need.
Jackie says she checked on the mail and it was in the mailbox yesterday. Did you go check the mail yesterday?
I barely checked the mail, I thought.
Well,
She said there was nothing in there.
Jackie, we will go check the mail again. Heaven forbid that my 10-year-old went to look and.
You know, if she missed it, Jackie's talking about what she got us off the wish list. And if you want to get something off the wish list and help us keep painting and bringing you all these free videos, then go over to our link tree link that's in the comments somewhere, or it'll be in the description.
It's in the comments.
It's in the comments.
Have no fear, I am here.
London is here. It's in the comments. A little bit of the darkness underneath those real bright areas of your wave, and it'll just look like little lips. Maybe there's a rock, maybe something. It's uneven over there, right? Very cool. This guy I don't really like so much.
But it looks good. Leave it alone.
There we go. Just had a little bit too much detail. Need to be a little softer. There we go. Gorgeous. You can leave all this excess beach just empty. It's fantastic. Look at that. Look at that. All right, a little bit of our liquid white. Come in, start to really give ourselves some watery feel to this guy.
Karen
See all that
D'Souza
foam?
says this is your best wave so far. Love the colors, so beautiful.
Thank you. The colors are fantastic. I agree.
So what Josh has actually been doing is keeping his best art until we solely stream to
Yeah, to YouTube, right? Yeah, not showing
So
it
if
to
you're not
Facebook.
here, if you're not here, then you don't get to see it.
Oh, that's not right. All right, let's come in here, very just twisty, mess it up. We want it to look like water. All right, so it's got to be very wet. Starts to fall into this next bit of foam. Just mixing it up, messing it up just a little bit until it looks right. Some of these guys. How far we have to go back on this guy. He's a wild crasher. Right? These little details add, they shape your wave. This is how you build it. Very cool. All sorts of stuff you can do, right? Of course, I like to go back in, make it a little softer afterwards. We don't have all these crazy things. We never really blended the bottom of our foam. There we go. Very cool. I gotta have those darknesses in there. Those deep, dark areas. That gives you all your stuff. Alright, now if we did a ghost ship, what time is it?
The time is
10:39. So let's, just so everyone knows, we did that painting in about 38 minutes, which is wicked.
You should do the ghost ship just off to the left. In that
Over
little-
here?
No, in the left.
Left?
Yeah, left.
Over here?
Yeah, like
Where
it's
there's
just-
not on the canvas?
Just like it's coming in. That way you only have to draw like the front of the ship.
Yeah, right. I don't even really, I wanted to add like some fog and maybe add it, but this one looks so gorgeous. I don't even want to mess with the ghost ship.
Okay.
Like it looks.
No ghost ship, people. No
it
ghost
looks
ship.
so pretty that
It
why
really does.
would we even want to mess with it?
I mean, it really does.
Even London says it looks pretty.
I can't make you wrong.
Gorgeous. Fantastic. Okay. There we go. Just gotta play with it until you like how it looks.
Maybe a little bit of blue glitter in the waves.
Blue glitter in the waves.
It's been a while since we've used the
It has
glitter.
been a while. I'm gonna get stuck in a spider web. Ah! Alright, there we go. A little bit of blue glitz. That's too much.
Mark Anderson says, I voted for the ghost ship.
There we
but
go.
now I think you should just stick a fork in it and call it done.
Yeah, right? It's gorgeous. Why try to mess it up with something else? All these colors are fantastic. Fantastic! I love the differences in the wave colors, the pink, the green. Lovely. Great. All right, let's add the poor family in.
The poor family?
Yeah,
Who are the
way
poor
off in
family?
the distance.
I thought we were the Kirkham family.
Let's add the Kirkham family in. Let's see. I'm going to go into that crimsony black section. Rotate the brush, spin it as we go outwards, right? And that gives us a little sharp tip.
Also want to let you guys know that inside the wish list currently there are glow-in-the-dark paints.
Glow-in-the-dark
If you're interested in
paint.
seeing Josh paint with glow-in-the-dark paints, they are in the wish list right now.
So check the link, the Linktree link. That has my Amazon wish list. It's like right at the top of the Linktree link. So go over there. Somebody, I checked, and someone got us a paint pour set, like an acrylic paint pour set, which I'm super excited about.
He was way excited.
I'm
last
so
night.
excited about
It
the
was
paint pour
hilarious.
set. It's gonna be
He's like,
awesome.
babe, what are we gonna do?
Yeah, like, oh my god, I'm gonna get it. I'm gonna put it on my drill, and then I'm gonna spin it, and we're gonna fling paint everywhere. It's gonna be. We're gonna have to put plastic all over the entire studio. It'd be great. Do you think we could do a ship?
No, babe, no ship.
All right, London says no ship.
But we do have 18 minutes left to answer questions if you do have questions. First question is Karen D'Souza. On your Etsy store, what is the difference between canvas print and a printed print?
Okay, so there's a canvas print, and then there's a poster print.
Do you have an example of a canvas print, babe?
I do, but it's behind all this spider webbing. It'd be hard to get out.
Oh.
So the canvas print is printed on a big, thick canvas, like a proper Pro Series canvas, not these little thin canvases that we get in the multi-packs. By the way, this canvas is from Mark Anderson. Did I say that? It's fantastic. Thank you, Mark. But the canvas prints are literally a high-resolution digital image of this painting printed onto canvas, right? So it's not, and you'll see every single brush stroke, every single detail. Like we go into 300 DPI, which is 300 dots per inch. So if you imagine an inch, there's gonna be 300 pixels inside that 1 inch, and that gives you a super high resolution image. And then we have this facility that prints it onto a canvas. Now they take the same thing and they print it onto a poster paper, right? And they roll it up and they send it to you. Except these canvas ones come in a box. They're already on the wood frame in the back, and yeah, this one's buried behind spiderweb, but they're very neat. So the poster, they'll send it to you rolled up. You can either pin it to the wall or you can get a frame in a certain size. We always choose popular frame sizes, so it's not like some weird crazy 22 by 14 inch frame, you know, some weird thing. Always do a popular size, and then the canvases you can frame if you want or not. They look fantastic unframed, the canvas prints. They have a black edge around the sides in most cases. There are a couple that feed around the edges that are real big, but yeah, most of the time they're finished on the edge like black, so it's like gallery style. Very cool. And they're better quality than the little thin canvases we get. They're big, thick frames. They hang off the wall like 1.5 inches. It's fantastic. Fantastic. Nice, deep stuff. But the posters, they're very cheap, but you've got to frame them yourself or pin them up, you know what I mean? And the canvases, they're a little bit more expensive, but they come ready to hang already. Did I spit on the canvas, or is that like a imperfect? No, it's not spit. It's not spit. Okay.
Babe.
Yes. Sometimes I'm a, it's waterworks over here.
Waterworks. That would signify you're crying.
Oh, okay. Well, yeah, that too. Just a big crying baby. Look at all these darkness areas we saved. Fantastic.
So if you guys have any more questions, please drop them in the comments. So
Yeah, we're here to answer questions while we
so
clean
we
up.
can answer those questions.
There we go. Got that, got this. This one turned out great. I'm glad everybody came over from Facebook. If not, when we post it to Facebook, we'll post the link, and then everybody will have to go watch it on YouTube anyway. I want to thank everybody who tuned in on Twitch, checked us out. I hope you give us a follow, and I hope you did something cool enough that you're like, man, he's kind of cool to watch on a Sunday when I'm not playing games and stuff.
We also have the podcast going on Twitter.
Podcast on Twitter, the Live Paint Podcast.
If you just want to listen to Josh and I.
Which is also fun. Always fun painting with Josh in London.
Do that.
Little dark areas. I could just mess with these things forever, but we gotta clean up. We gotta clean up. play the drums on my table.
Jackie says you guys are so generous with all your teaching. The least we can do is get you a tube of paint, right?
Hey, that's right. So, I was saying, yeah, I looked on the every once in a while I check the Amazon wish list to see if anything new has been purchased, and then I can get excited before it even gets here. But you got to tell us who it's from, because sometimes it shows up and it doesn't say who it's from, or tell London.
Yeah, include a gift receipt or send me a message on Facebook.
Or a gift message, just like one from Mark Anderson was like I can't remember. Cheers, cheers. Here's some canvases to paint on, or something like that from Mark Anderson. I'm like, oh, cool, Mark Anderson. Now I know who to thank. Josh is very forgetful.
So
okay.
please include that little gift receipt, and write whatever you want.
Did we sign it? We didn't sign it.
No, we didn't sign it, babe. Bottom right hand corner. Just kidding.
Telling me where to sign it now.
Yeah.
Let's see.
I mean, I can relinquish control again, just like I did on Wednesday. We could do that if you want. You want that? And I'll just be here for Friday and Sunday and say nothing throughout the week.
Woo! I'm just ignoring you.
Okay.
Man, guys. All right, so get your questions in. Differences between canvases and prints, right? You get this exact same thing, just a little bit. You can decide whether you want it on a 12 by 16 or an 18 by 24 or a 16 by 20. Whatever size you have available, it's going to fit in your space. We try to make multiple sizes available for that reason. And they come at different costs. So there's like a little 12 by 12 inch square one. That's like $49.99. And they go up from there. So.
Oh, yeah.
The posters, I think the smallest one you can get is an 8 by 10. And I think it's like $13 or something.
Hey,
and then
Mark
they go up
Anderson
from there.
said it was from your Northern Ireland fan club.
That's right. The Northern Ireland Super Mega Fan Club. And he's part of the Super Squad.
AJ says, I didn't see a link to follow or subscribe. Can you give me more information on that? So once the video is over, if you click on Paint with Josh, it's going to take you to the YouTube homepage. There are two options. You can either subscribe, which is free, or press join, which is $7.99 a month. Did you just...
I just cracked a new one. Ah! Dang! I just literally... This is the brand new one from Linda. They came in a 2-pack, and I just cracked it. Shoot.
What is up with you?
I don't know. I was just trying to wipe it clean, and it snapped under the pressure.
You're not like Midas, are you? You do not have the gold.
Yeah, no. Everything that I touch turns to cracked plastic, obviously, instead of gold.
Babe. You're gonna have
I'm gonna tape it up.
You're gonna have to put some tape around there, like Harry Potter's glasses.
Yeah, exactly. We'll do that. We'll do some surgery here real quick. Let's see. This is how painters on a budget do it. Because I don't have any more palettes, so...
So besides that ignorant noise that occurred by Josh Braden's palette,
Sorry.
You can click on the YouTube homepage, which will allow you to join, which is $7.99 a month, and you will see things that aren't available to everyone else. Members only, in-depth painting tutorials,
Very
videos
cool
of
stuff.
painting, Josh cooking.
Oh, jeez. Don't send people there. We don't want to embarrass ourselves.
There's a question and answer by me and Josh that's in there as well.
That was fun. We sat on the couch downstairs for like an hour and talked to people.
We should do that again.
Maybe we should.
If you're interested in a Q&A, just to get to know Josh and I a bit better, you're more than welcome to submit your suggestion. And I don't know, maybe we do it again.
Maybe we'll do it again. Who knows? This palette is very slippery.
Crystal says, what painting would you like to see sell right now?
Which one would I like to see sell?
Yes.
The most expensive ones, obviously.
Babe!
No, I don't know, like this Blood Moon Beach I've had for a long time. It hasn't gone anywhere. Desolate Oasis. I'm surprised this one's still hanging on the wall. It's not expensive compared to some of the other ones. Most of my 16 by 20s are at a certain price rate. Some of the older ones that I've had for a long time are very inexpensive because I'm trying to shift those and make room for more inventory, right? But there's lots. The 9/11 practice painting and the British flag practice painting I thought would have sold because they're
Very expensive.
Yeah, they're not very expensive. The
Union
the
Jack.
real versions are very expensive.
But the practice
The
painting.
practice paintings are just as expensive as the other ones in that size. You know what I mean? There's nothing crazy. That one over there, that Friday Night Freestyle with the crazy mountains on the side and the lake, I think that would have gone. I figured this one might go just because of the pretty colors, but we'll see. We'll see.
Mary
I think it's the last day of the no, it's one more day of the 25% off sale.
Mary says,
So.
what is your favorite painting so far?
It's too hard to decide. My first Double Trouble wave, gotta be one of my favorites. The Desert Canyon waterfall, the big giant one that we did, gotta be one of my favorites. The Exploration Peak, the Memorial Day, the 9/11 flag, the UK flag has gotta be my best wave ever. The second version of that.
Oh no, everyone says this is your best wave ever.
This is the best one ever. Well, you know, we'll see. There's something about the second wave on my first Double Trouble that I just nailed. This one, it's just looks like it's popping out of the canvas. It's gonna land down here. It's coming to get me. Just love it. I love it. It's so great. What it literally comes down to is the angle of these guys. If they're too straight or whatever, you're gonna look like you have this like a flat wall coming at you this way, right? It's nothing about. Gotta have that movement, flowy
Like a Game
movement
of
in there.
Thrones wall.
Yeah, the north wall coming at you. You can tell this one's got that roundness because you have that deep darkness. It gets darker and darker as we go back in there, right? The further you go back in, the darker it gets. Red. I think people like it because of the gorgeous colors. That's what I'm thinking. And this, my little technique with the cup that you shrink in and then you pop that bright sun in the middle. Woo! Man, you guys, I just give you guys so many techniques. So much fun stuff to learn.
We have 8 more minutes. Babe.
And for this
So
one,
if you have any more questions, please drop them in the comments.
please. And for this one, we literally took, when I was black gessoing it, I took a piece of tape, stretched it across the dry canvas, put my black gesso along the bottom, and then peeled it off and let it dry. So how we set up for this one. Just in case anyone's wondering about the setup. Always make sure you got a cup.
There is a question in here in regards to wooden pallets.
Wooden pallets. I've never had one. What's the question?
Whether or not you can use it with, Roberta Harris says they're very smooth. Yes, you can use a wooden pallet. Maybe we,
Yeah, I would imagine a wooden pallet. I have the big Bob Ross pallet in my wish list. I've got that thing. I don't know if I'd be able, we'd have to like stand way back here trying to paint with this giant palette, but I have that one, and there's other ones in the store. These ones even are still on my Amazon wish list. I just got to remember to not be so rough, I guess. I don't know. Yeah, wooden one. We'll look at a wooden one, see if we can find one and put that in the wish list. Would be cool.
I can't believe you've broken 2 pallets
I know.
in 2 weeks.
Well, 3 weeks. It wasn't
2
2
weeks.
Okay, 2 weeks. I was maced 1 time, 5 times. Okay.
Moose is over talking to himself on Twitch.
He's talking to himself.
See.
Excellent.
Hold on, I'm coming, Moose, I'm coming. Yep, breaking things, buy up the paintings. I agree, Moose.
Me
I
too.
agree.
Man, this one's very cool. And I didn't plan on having 2 big waves. I planned on it just being very soft, little waves, but I don't know. I'm just a big wave fanatic, and you guys obviously like it because you want to learn how to paint them too, so very neat.
Karen
Very neat.
D'Souza says, I love the coffin, it was different and fun.
Thank you. Yeah.
Do you not have another video coming up?
I do, because the one coffin, we shipped it to the buyer, and it got destroyed. It got cracked, like 3 different giant cracks throughout the whole thing. So I had to paint another one, which I released a reel and a short video, and it's a little time lapse of me painting the new coffin. That's the new coffin. So if you see that one, you're looking at something brand new. And yeah, it was. We're gonna have to ship it to the buyer and then fight USPS to pay me back for what they broke. So, you know, it's literally out of 400 plus paintings that we've sold, it's happened 4 times. So it's like 1 out of 100 gets broken or cut or bent or damaged or whatever.
Well, that
So
one with
it's
the
a pretty good ratio, 1 out of 100.
That one is with the foot in it.
Yeah, somebody stepped on the box. They what I think happened was he must have been carrying it, maybe tripped, and as he was falling, it went underneath his foot and he stepped on the box and it literally cut a gash right through the canvas. And where it was in the box, that's where the boot print was on the outside of the box. So that was an easy case to win against the USPS, for sure. For sure, an easy case. Who loves candy corn, by the way? While we
Podcast to Twitch.
podcast or Twitch. I love it. Oh, candy corn. It's literally the best candy you could ever eat. Prove me wrong. Prove me wrong. Type your best candy. If you think candy is something better than candy corn, put it in the comments box.
Everything?
You better get typing them.
Everything is
You're just
better.
gonna type. Comment after comment.
Everything is
I want them
better.
singular comments too, like Reese's post, Snickers post, not Reese's, Snickers, Kit Kats, blah blah blah, all in one comment. Just blast them.
M&M's.
Nope, nothing is better than candy corn, and you will never prove me wrong. Oh, even though I don't like eating it so early in the morning.
Moose says M&M's.
M&M's,
Susan,
but peanut M&M's or regular M&M's?
Susan says candy corn, but with the puke face. Karen D'Souza says
Why
maybe
am I
you
wearing
could
my
do a
glasses?
pumpkin canvas or a different style canvas. That's a great idea.
A pumpkin canvas? What do you mean?
Like shaped differently. If we go to
Like-
Michael's or Hobby Lobby, they normally have these strange shaped canvases.
True, I went, they already have Christmas stuff coming out, like
Oh Lord.
big, tall, just like the coffin lid, but like a nutcracker. You know what I mean? That nutcracker guy.
Mark Anderson says Turkish Delight. Mark, I'm gonna have to agree with you there.
I've never had Turkish Delight,
Susan
actually.
says Butterfingers. Annette Babcock says Chocolate Kisses.
I don't know,
AJ
guys.
says Milky Ways. Roberta Harris says Midnight Milky Ways. Moose says
Midnight, is that
Snickers.
dark chocolate Milky Way?
Yes.
Gross.
Shut up,
Raw.
you. Susan says anything but Kit Kats.
Anything but Kit Kats are one of my favorites. How dare you?
American Kit Kats. Boo. British Kit Kat. Awesome.
No, everything from America more awesome. All right, that's not true. Maltesers, fire.
I was gonna say you're married to me, so clearly if you
I
thought
know.
everything
I don't
from
even
America
get-
was better, you'd be married to an American woman.
If I want American candy and American chocolate, I have to go buy it myself. Otherwise, we have Dairy Milk and Lion Bars and Galaxy
Oh.
and Curly Whirlies and whatever else. There's tons of stuff. I love a good Curly Whirly though. Oh, fantastic. Right out of the fridge.
Maltesers.
Maltesers versus Whoppers. Maltesers win. They're not as hard to like crunch. I don't know.
Yeah.
They're good.
You may have to make a trip to the British store.
No, I'm not going anywhere today.
Well, I'm gonna go get
I have to
my hair
post this, and then as soon as I post it, someone's gonna buy it, and then I'm gonna have to
You
ship
were gonna
it.
get your hair cut today.
Oh yeah, well I do have to go do that at some point. Maybe. Look at this, guys. I need a haircut.
Ladies in the comments, if you're jealous
Woo!
of how quickly Josh's hair grows,
Yeah, look at my pineapple.
please rate I agree with London.
My hair
it
is
drives
growing.
me mad because his hair grows
It's remarkably fast.
way too quick.
Love the little splash of glitter, the sun. It's everything's so soft. It's gorgeous. Gorgeous. What the heck?
The winner of the comment wars goes to
There we go.
Mary, who wrote York Peppermint Panties.
Panties, York peppermint panties. Those are my favorite too. Ice cold pair of panties.
Oh, that's the greatest.
York peppermint panties. That means you type panties more than patties in your
Right.
phone. That's what that means.
That's amazing. That's the greatest thing I've seen.
The York peppermint panties. Those are,
You win.
they're cold.
You win the comment war today.
No, the
We-
tape has been stuck. What's
We
going
have
on?
less than 60 seconds. Want to say thank you very much for tuning in. I really appreciate it. Both on Twitch, both on YouTube.
Yes, thank you guys for tuning in.
Maybe next weekend we'll go live on Instagram.
Maybe. How many people did we get on Twitch?
3.
All throughout the whole thing?
Yeah, sad situation.
3? Well, thank you guys for tuning in on Twitch. We're trying to build the Twitch audience to
Can you
make it
pass me my phone?
as big as the Facebook and YouTube and TikTok audience.
So if you enjoyed this podcast, please leave a hashtag Paint with Josh on Twitter, and we hope to see you again soon.
Come over on YouTube and find us where
Yeah.
you can see us.
Come see the video on YouTube, and yeah, babe,
Yes, love.
say goodbye.
Oh, we're leaving. Okay.
3 seconds.
Until we see you guys again next time, take care. Have the rest of a good day. We're doing the next show on Friday. We got a video coming out on Wednesday, and then we got another Seascape on Sunday. So, until we see you guys again, take care. Have the rest of a good day. And what? Ba-bow! Ba-bow! See you guys later. Ba-boom! Get them out of here. Oh, I love the exit of the show. It's my
I
favorite
don't know how to
part.
leave Twitch.
Ah! What do we do? We're stuck on Twitch.
End stream.
End it.
End stream.
End that stream.
Bye, guys. Take a
Bye.
medication. Bye.
Share, share, share. We love
Drink
you.
your water.
Share this
Press
video.
that like button.
Share it, like it.
Subscribe.
Subscribe. Everything. Bye.
Bye.